Radio AFRO.
I've co-produced with another producer. Recording. But what people think is he does the music, I do the rap. No, not at all.
Okay.
It's a collaboration. So, all of the samples you've ever heard on any Thai record, from upwards onwards, has been me. Whatever I collect, whatever I sample.
Wow. Okay.
I come up with the idea. So, as far as programming, I program at home. I start the beats at home, and then I work with Drew Hawley, who's an amazing musician and producer.
Okay.
And then, but he doesn't take it over. He works with what I'm doing, so he doesn't I have a particular ear for certain things, and he follows my ear. So that he might play something, he'll wait to find out whether I think it's right before he'll record it.
Okay.
Rather than just, it's not just like I know a lot of artists that are kind of, that they have a kind of a very cold relationship with the producer, where the producer makes the beat, they're never there when they make the beat, then they turn up, they like the beat, then they rap on the beat, and that's the song finished.
Yeah.
I'm completely the other way around. The song starts with me.
Okay.
I can name every kick, every snare on any record. I can tell you what it is. It's like that.
That's crazy. It's refreshing to hear that, because it's just something that you don't hear about all the time. You just hear about beats getting sold, and as we said before, just jumping on the right beat by the right producer.
That's the era. That's what I'm challenging right there. Like, there's a coldness in the game. There's a coldness to the approach of making music. So when Ego from Four Heroes said something to me a couple years ago, and it really stuck with me. He said the reason why he likes what I do is because I rap inside the music. You don't rap over the music, you rap inside it. And I didn't notice that. He noticed that. And then to add to that, I think that that's the kind of approach that, there's many artists that I think are making great music and are making are doing similar things, but I think in general there's a kind of how would I put it? There's a blasé approach and respect for the producer. It's very minimal. So the MC considers themselves more important than the producer. Like, you make the beats, but I rap, I step on stage. I'm not in that. I don't believe in that. So I believe that everybody's important. The engineer, the main engineer for my music has been a particular guy called Alan Maudsley, who produced, mixed for a group called Unsung Heroes, and then I started letting him mix my music, and then Roots Maneuver heard his mix of one of my songs, and then he mixed Witness to Fitness.
Oh wow, okay, another classic.
So you see, and to me that's about paying attention. It's not about just sitting on a couch with a notepad, or just give me that MP3, I'll rap over it. It's like that to me is what's killing hip hop. Can we touch upon this?
Yeah, for real. Ty, we're privileged to have you. This is like you're a special guest for this evening, so the stage is yours.
Do it. I have a theory, right? And my theory is this: the best hip hop was made with groups. So if you go back, right, the best songs were made with groups, so more than one person, more than just one person, and it's always when there's more than one or two people, more than one person that's thinking about the song. You just have a greater song. So if we look back at the golden era, so you look back at your Tribe, your De La Souls, you go back even further, your Run DMCs, or you go back, your Eric and Rakim. You see, I'm viewing those records, Main Source, those type of records had more than one or two people involved in the process. And what happens with that is there's a level of detail that happens when you're in a group. And I think that the new generation have been fooled into thinking, right, it's all about me. As long as I get the beat and I rap, and they've been fooled into thinking that that's the way the great records are made, and they're not. Great records are made via people, via involvement, by a group consensus. Like a DJ might come along and just put one cut on a record, or someone might come and say, yeah, you know what, this bit here just needs a little bit of an incidental right here. And these things make great records. And I think what's happened is, as technology has changed and everybody can do things themselves, the process for hip-hop has become more lonely, has become more solo, and has become more dry. But and that's my theory. I think that anyone, and this, anyone can challenge it. But what I'm really saying is, because it's not really about I'm right and you're wrong. It's more like this: if you look back and you look at your favorite records, who are they? I'm talking about your favorite hip hop records. I'm not talking. You obviously you can find your A$AP Rockies now. But look back, the records that actually stand the test of time. Who are they? What's the story behind those records? And when you look at them, they're most definitely more than two people involved in a record.
Yeah.
And there's a group aesthetic. And I think that's what's missing in the hip hop. In our hip hop, is the legacy of what hip hop is becoming. Is the group aesthetic has been smashed.
Okay, I think listening to that theory, I believe that theory runs true. Like from what you're saying, definitely. I mean, there seems to be at the moment, like you're saying, it's a cold genre. There doesn't really seem to be any soul or like nothing's really. It doesn't seem organic at the moment. Nothing's really growing. It just seems to be at a stalemate. But listening to what you're saying, definitely, I think everybody. You can ask most people what they play, what they've got on their MP3 player, or what they play in their car, and predominantly, it's stuff from a while ago, like say in the golden era. Yeah. So Ty, like, I mean, what do we've already spoken. You don't obviously listen to radio. You get your inspiration from other places. What do you listen to when you're not making the beats or like in the booth? What gives you inspiration?
What gives me inspiration is I'm a part hoarder. So whenever I go past a record shop, or if I can find breaks in a cheap spot, like I don't like to go into the normal record shops and just pay top dollar for breaks. I like to find records by accident. I'm inspired by that. I'm inspired by eBay, think books. I'm really interested in Egypt, so I'm really kind of studying ancient Egypt and stuff like that.
Okay.
So for me, a little bit of reading, collecting records. I'm an avid cartoon fan. Avid, like it's very serious. I must have my cartoons.
Okay.
So little things. Musically, I'm into progressive rock. I'm into soul. I'm into jazz. I'm into strange records. I like strange records. I like records where people are experimenting. Okay. I don't just like the straight up breaks. It's like records where people are doing stuff. One-off record that maybe only 500 or 50 of them. Stuff like that. I'm into stuff like that.
Okay, and I mean obviously that definitely reflects in your work because doesn't fit in with whatever else is going on, what other people are trying. You are experimenting yourself. And that's obvious that you're getting inspiration from other people that are also experimenting. And it's like, I don't know, it's like, I remember back at music college, like, we just, we took apart the Beatles albums, and a lot of them were, the sounds we have today are thanks to them. A long time ago with the experimenting in the studio, different sounds.
Yeah, having fun.
That's it. Bringing the fun back into music rather than just thinking about, this is the big, so-called, $10,000, $20,000 beat. It's more a case of, I love this track I'm working on right now. I can't wait to speak what I'm thinking about right now on the track and let people hear it.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
So Ty, tell us what it was like growing up, like when you were young, with regards to music. Was there a lot of music in the house?
Yeah, there was a hell of a lot of music in the house. My really mostly from my mum's side, a little bit of my dad's side. So I grew up I would hear Fela Kuti every Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Without fail. The song Lady. I would hear that without fail every Sunday.
Classic.
It was my dad's chill out. It was his way of saying to my mum, I'm not going to church with you, love, in the house.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. I'm playing my music, I'm gonna smoke my cigar, and I'm out. And you know, so I grew up with a lot of that. James Brown, stuff like that. Jim Reeves, Charlie Pride. Yeah, loads of different. My mum's was really kind of a 70s chick that really kind of liked to party. So she liked, when she came over to the UK, she was, you know, they were dead into what was being played in the 60s and 70s in the parties and stuff. So a lot of that stuff was at home. So a lot of stuff that was in the charts was at home. You know, so the ABBA, the Bee Gees, all of that was there.
Okay, so it's good that you came up with a good foundation, a good array of good music.
I would say I came out with a sparse foundation, but then what messed everything up was hip hop.
Okay.
So hip hop, and you know, because with hip hop, you learn, maybe not so now, because obviously it's a bit different now. It's very cold now. But hip hop back in the day used to boggle your mind. Like the DJ would play a break, or someone would sample something, and you'd be like, "What was that?" And you'd have to go and find it yourself. And what would happen is you'd find your Tom Scott record, and then you'd find, wow, okay, Tom Scott. Oh, okay, wow, who's this? Okay, who plays with him? Oh, okay, blah blah blah. And you know, so then my musical world was opened up via my friends who were record collectors that lived a couple of stores down from me, and from that perspective, he opened my mind up to so many artists, so many different styles of jazz and fusion. That to me was the opening. Like hip hop said, go and listen to this, and this. So you know, AC/DC, I would never have listened to AC/DC via the radio. I had to study AC/DC because of certain breaks or because of certain drum sounds that they had. And you know, so hip hop has brought me to all of these different places. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Nah, I mean, I think that's good that people don't fully appreciate that and understand that. Like these days, it's just a case of these albums come out on iTunes, only like these 2 tracks, and then that's it. I mean, I miss the days when you used to go to the shop, you buy the record, you look on the back. You know, maybe it's a bootleg, maybe there's only 500 copies of that record, but on the back you see the producer, you see where it's made. You know, you take it all in. It's an experience in itself. Whereas these days, people don't even know what the cover of the album looks like.
Yeah, because of the MP3 culture. And you know, some people, if that's what people are into, that's what they're into. But you know, like just an example with this record, with the new EP, I purposefully didn't say who was featured on the record.
Okay.
We took that out. We took it out of the press release. We took it out of the wording. I can only read that if you buy the record, or if you go online and you look for it, or you know, it's not there. And the reason why I did it is because 2 things. One is because people are lazy, and as soon as you say feature, they assume that it's you and someone else.
Yeah.
So I took that away because I just was like, okay, let me present the music. This is the song. It's called Like You Never. This is the song. There you go. If you want to read the credits or check it on YouTube for the credits, you do that. If you don't, you just want to enjoy the music, it's cool, but I'm not going to influence you in any other way to be worried about who's this person, who's that. I'm taking that away. And it's really worked. Like, the new part 2 of the EP, the song Well, is a creeper. And obviously Let's Start is the big song. But Well is a creeper, but if I tell you who's on the record, if we'd have sold it and said, right, this is blah, blah, blah's on the record. This person's on the record. This person's on the record. Everyone would have jumped at the record, but they would have jumped because of the wording, not because of whether they liked the song.
Okay, so I see what you're saying.
So it's a risk, but we decided. We as a group, as a team, me and True Thoughts, and Stell, we decided, you know, this is how we're going to do it. We're not going to push. Because the features are not the important thing, the actual song is the important thing. We took that away.